All right. Thought I'd make this small video show you something that I've been working on. Definitely inspired by another member of the forum who contacted Sean and showed him how to make a whole house model, or showed how he made a whole house model, and just inspired me to possibly ditch LSP this year and maybe go with Nutcracker since it could do the whole house. That's one of the big reasons why I was kind of hanging on to LSP. And I spent a few hours and created a whole house model, and this is a preview of what it looks like. This is just my house portion of it. I have more to add, the yard, uh, but I'm doing it in steps. And this is what it looks like in the previewer. You can see it runs pretty quick in real time in the previewer. When you change different uh, models and different, not different models, but different effects, it changes pretty quickly. When you change from the different left to right, expand. So it's quite powerful, and just to give a nod to Sean and the efforts of the Nutcracker team, for just what they've done, the initial work that was done by Matt, and it seems like it's handling it pretty good. This I had to increase the size of the custom model to be 500 by 300. Right now the controls only allow you to put in a 300 by 300, but in order to get the resolution, I wanted to increase it. The model was created in Nutcracker, I mean not Nutcracker, but Excel, and you can see here's the Excel sheet that it was made. Um, the way it's made is basically um, I have a zoom level of 55 that I like to put the numbers into, and then I overlay a background picture, and I go ahead and I place the channel numbers. You can see if I zoom in, you can see the channel numbers there. But the background image doesn't scale when you zoom in, so when you're actually placing it in location to the picture, you want to go back to the zoom level that you originally chose. And whenever you choose, I chose 55 zoom level, then you want to resize your picture to fit that zoom level. The reason I had such high um, resolution is because I wanted to actually have a place to put every pixel. So you can see in some areas where I have, here you see you got some 2811 strips here, and you can see that if I zoom in to the 2811 strips, that there's 3 pixels here. It's 160 node channel 161, 161, 161, 162, 162, 162, because it's 3 pixels per node on the 2811. So I wanted to get that kind of resolution. But when you do that, your file gets huge. And in fact, Excel complained that my picture was too big, and that was one of the reasons why I'm doing it in pieces, because I just brought the house in, and I was able to bring the house in with that type of resolution. And next, I'll create a separate file, and I'll use the picture of the lawn to create the lawn, and then in the end, I'll create one big Excel sheet and I'll paste those sections into it. One thing I did create is some macros that helps me place things a lot easier without retyping the numbers. And the way that those work, there's several different, it's all keyboard functions. There's no user interface or nothing, but it does work. There's several different features. For instance, if say you left off here at this 357, let's just zoom in. You left off here at this 357. If you hit L, that'll load that value plus 1. And then if you wanted to start putting some, the next block would be 358 like I did here. You would basically hit A. And what A does means is go ahead and whenever you define an area with your mouse, go ahead and when you're done releasing the click button, what it does is it fills in that area with that next incremented number. And so you can see right here that goes ahead and fills it in, and then fills it in to 59, and it just goes like that. If you don't want to block, you can hit escape to leave that mode, highlight the block, and hit B, and it'll ask you if you want to delete. And all that does really is delete the numbers and put the formatting back from red. So it's kind of, you could actually use the delete key, but the delete key will just delete the actual number. It won't delete the red. By using my little B command, it actually deletes the number and the red. What else we got here? If you're doing a matrix, I have another option. Again, let's go ahead and load that 357 plus 1, so that's now 358 again. And there's several options for that. The first click would be how many times you want to repeat. So you hit the ARP key, and it'll basically ask you how many times you want to repeat. This is good for 2811s. I would click repeat 3, and that would repeat it 3 times. And then I set the size, and in this case, let's say I want to do a matrix of 12 pixels. I would hit 12, hit enter, and then basically you would hit, I forget. Basically, I think all you do is just click, or no, you hit A and then click. No, wait a minute, what was it? Okay, let's see. Let's undo that. Sorry, it's been a late night. You click. Oh, I know what you do. You hit the start. You can hit the start on any empty area. You know how I captured the 357 here? If you're in an empty area and you hit the L key to load, it'll ask you. So in this case, you could put in any number you want. So you load the value. You go ahead and hit the repeat, which is 3. You set the size, which is S. And then all you do, oh, I know what it was. I changed it. There's arrow keys. I couldn't use the arrow keys because I like to use those to navigate throughout the window. So what I did is I created 4 keys that mimic the arrow keys, and those are U, H. U is up, H is to the left, J is to the right, and N is to the down. So in this case, say I wanted to go to the right, I would just hit J, and it would go ahead and put it. And then I could basically click over, and then I could hit H to go back, and then hit J to go over, H to go back, and you could just do it like that. Oh, I hit the wrong key. Yeah, I entered in a value. When you want to delete because you made a mistake, basically you just hit B, delete. In this case, I made the mistake here, so I want to pick up back at 447, so I hit L to load. I click where I want, and it's already got the size and the repeat and all that in there, so I would just hit J, click over here, hit H, J, H, and it goes like that. So if you want to delete the whole block because you made a mistake, highlight it, hit B, deletes the block. If you want to start over again, you could capture in any value on the screen by just hitting L. That'll load that plus 1. Then you click where you want to start. And then again, we hit J to go over. And let's say I want 2 rows of these. What you can do is you can click here, and then you could set the value 359, and then hit J again. Because sometimes you want it double the thickness, right? And then you want to come back. So you basically hit that, and then you want double the thickness, so you hit load, and then you put in 371, and then hit H, and you can see how that works. So that's kind of how it was working for me. I use that just to kind of help, and it's just a rudimentary tool of shortcut keys. And again, you just hit B and you hit yes. And then when you're done, you just zoom out, and then you just copy. You just copy. Oops, excuse me. Actually, I don't think I'm at the top. There's the top. And you just go ahead and copy the whole thing. When you're done copying the whole thing, you go to your models. You do your whole house effect, modify. Here's I got a little error because I have to fix when I increased it. There's still something else going on. Click in the first cell and you just hit the paste button. Set the course, the node, and the width. Hit the paste button, and when you're done pasting it, it pastes it all in there, like that. So that's just a brief tour. Again, now that we've got the model in there, we could just play some effects. There's all kinds of cool stuff. It really is sweet whenever the home house is in there. Butterfly. You could change all different kinds. You can see it's very responsive. In fact, I don't know of a program that's around that's that responsive as far as whenever you make changes like that. LSP, you would have to sit there and render for like 10-15 minutes just to get one view of a 10-second clip of this many channels. What you're looking at now in my house is approximately about 6,000 channels, or 6,000 RGB nodes, 18,000 channels. No, I take that back. Actually, it's 6,000 channels, 2,000 nodes or so. So that's just a brief demo. that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.